You got to practice the law of saturation. Saturate yourself in the best life. In the direction of where you want to go, saturate yourself in your projects. Saturate yourself with prayer over things that you have that you want to get done. With proclamations. Saturation. Get all the books, all the information. When I had determined that I was going to be wealthy and rich, I saturated myself with wealth and riches. I read about 40 books. I went to every single seminar I could think of. I got around all the people. I just saturated myself in it. And things began to shift. My mind shifted. Everything shifted. Everything just shifted. I'm a living example. I'm a breathing example of manifestation. I wrote my way to the life that I live. I journaled it. I scripted. And I scripted as if I already was living it before I ever got here. I could see it. The very first house we moved into, I had a picture out of like Good Housekeeping magazine. And I took that picture and I pasted it on my little vision board. A few years later, we go looking for a house. And we end up buying this house. We get in this house, and I was like so attracted to the kitchen of this house. So one day I'm in the kitchen, and I'm just going around. I'm looking at everything. I was like, doggone, this kitchen is just so much like the one on my vision board. So I go back and I look at the vision board, and I'm like, this is really that kitchen. I was like, well, maybe it's just like it. So months later, we run into the previous owners of the house. I'm in the grocery store. The people that sold this house, I said, this is so funny. I said, I got this vision board that I keep. I said, and you know, on my vision board, I put this picture up of this kitchen, these cabinets that I said I wanted one day. I said, and every time I'm in that kitchen, I just cannot think about how your kitchen that you designed looks just like my vision board. She said, well, did you happen to be reading Good Housekeeping? I said, well, actually, I was, and I pulled it out. She's like, yeah. When they were doing our things, they asked me could they put the kitchen in the magazine, and so our kitchen was featured in the magazine, so the picture you pulled out really is the kitchen you have. Don't tell me. My manifestation was so strong, I got the very kitchen that I had on my board. Scripting. Scripting is writing what you want. You're writing in past tense as if it already happened. You're writing like it already happened. Your subconscious mind accepts something as true much faster when you write it down as if it already happened than you write it down as if you want it to happen. So scripting is like a movie director. When they write a script, they write a dream scene or a scene in a movie. So what you do is you write a scene in your life as if it already happened. I'm so happy and grateful. I'm just walking into my 6-bedroom house, and the cupboards are all white, and they have gold pulls on them. Every time I open them, I get so excited about the dishes that are on the inside. I just love cooking from this kitchen. I get so excited every time my family comes in and comes home. They smell the aroma in our kitchen of all the good food that's being prepared. And everybody sits around at the table, and we have awesome talk, and we talk about our future together. That's how you script. You feel it. It's a scene. If you would begin to write like that in your journal, you would begin to manifest things like nobody's business. Scripting. Be clear. Be emotional with it. All right? So that's what you want to do. You want to script. Write down your thoughts, your ideas. And then what happens is you get hunches and ideas and things that come to you. And you got to move on them. You can't just have these hunches and ideas that come and then you take no action on them. All right? Then we're going to finish up here. You got to practice the law of saturation. Saturate yourself in the best life. In the direction of where you want to go, saturate yourself in your projects. Saturate yourself with prayer over things that you have that you want to get done. With proclamations. Saturation. Get all the books, all the information. When I had determined that I was going to be wealthy and rich, I saturated myself with wealth and riches. I read about 40 books. I went to every single seminar I could think of. I got around all the people. I just saturated myself in it. And things began to shift. My mind shifted. Everything shifted. Everything just shifted. And then I became what I was saturated in. Next, go see, touch, and experience and learn about the good life. You got to go. I already talked about that, so I don't have to go into it, but get comfortable with excellence. Get uncomfortable with average. Upgrade your eye gate. On a consistent basis, put yourself in surroundings that upgrade your thinking. The restaurants, the travel. Every time I'm expecting a level shift, I challenge my comfort zone. I say, you know what, you're comfortable. But to get uncomfortable means you become more profitable. So I make myself get uncomfortable. Work on yourself. Reprogram yourself and how you see things. You got to keep working on you. You got to find the time to work on you, like Ariana said. You got to challenge yourself. Where do you go see? Where do you go? You know, I stretched myself. The first time I stretched myself was in coaching, like some of you have to even do that with me. But I stretched myself one time, and I went and I said, this was years ago. I'm trying to think how many years ago. I wrote it down, 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, I was wanting to get out of my comfort zone. And I said, well, we're getting comfortable. We were making a shift. So I hired a coach. And that coach took me, I'm telling you, it was like maybe 3 weeks. And I'm telling you, I was out of my comfort zone. They challenged me in my area of investments. To not just be an entrepreneur, but to start getting into investment. You know, you can be really afraid to invest. That's why I meet you all right where you're at, because I know a lot of you be afraid to get into the stock market. You're afraid of anything that's not a paycheck from your job. You feel like that's guaranteed. I go to work, I give them my 40 hours, they give me my check, we good. But to throw this money in the stock market, I don't know. And you all have so many questions. You almost want me to tell you it's definitely gonna make it. I can't tell you that. It's gonna go up and down. You gotta be in it for the long haul. But I got coaching and reprogramming. It changed me. Then another time, long time ago, I stretched myself and I paid a coach $60,000. I'm telling you, I manifested so many major things. That $60,000 paid me back so many times. That's when I was like, you know what? I need to evaluate my self-worth. Because that time I was giving away so much to so many people for free. And I was like, let me start charging what I'm worth. And you know what happens? You start attracting those who feel you're worthy to pay it. And then I shifted and I started manifesting things.